Hi everyone, here we are having our next module, which we got as your enumeration. Now, in this module, what we will be doing is we will be using the two machines, which we are having as the metasploitable. Another one we will be using as the troll machine. Right? Make sure both the machines are setting into NAT. If you want to make sure your Kali is able to communicate with the target machine, you have to make sure that another machine is also using the same network adapter, then they will be able to communicate with each other. So when we are talking about this enumeration, it is a process where we will be trying to collect the target's host name, the names of the directory, the routing table information we are having, the details about the DNS, and many more. Now, it is kind of similar what we have performed in your footprinting. But in the footprinting, we were trying to collect the general information about the target. We can say, like, we were collecting the broad layer of information. But when we are talking about this enumeration, in which what we will be doing is we will be having the specific target and we are trying to collect the specific details about their configuration, their services, what are the potential vulnerabilities that are present, which will be helping us to gain the access of the target system. So on the basis of that, here we are going to use this enumeration. So we will be starting with your sudo su kali so that we will be able to gain the root access. I've config so that we will be able to collect the IP address range we are having. And on the basis of that, here we will be launching the R2 scan, which is providing us the target's IP address. Now, once we have found the target's IP address, we need to discover what are the services that are running over here. Now, for that, as we have already created this nmap scan report that is containing the information about what are the ports that are working on your target, right? So for that, let's say we are having the target that is 139. We are having the 445 port number. Over there, we are using the Samba, the NetBIOS service, right? When we are talking about this NetBIOS, it stands for the Network Basic Input Output System, which is allowing our system so that they will be able to communicate with each other inside of your network, right? So with the help of that, what will be happening is we will be able to find the information about the network status. We will be able to find the remote computers, their NetBIOS name we are having, right? So for that, one of the simplest command which we can run, that is we are having as the NetBIOS, right? Or we can start with our first one as the netstat hyphen a, that is we are having for the all. Now with the help of that, what it will be doing is it will be going ahead and it will be showcasing us all the network connections we are having for your TCP, for the routing tables, as well as the number of the network interface that are available, as well as what are the protocols stats we are having, right? So with the help of that, if you will be scrolling it up, you will be able to discover the information about what are the different hosts we are having, as well as you will be able to see the port number. You will be able to see what is the current state we are having. But on the basis of that, you're just having the IP address till you 128, right? We're not finding any IP address that is related with your target, that is your 130. Because even if we are having this metasploitable machine available and the port that is available, but with the help of this machine, we have not started any type of conversations. We have not started transferring any file, but still this netstat-a, it is a great command. With the help of that, we will be able to collect the whole network status. And if this particular machine will be starting to perform the communication, we will be able to go ahead and we will be able to find their informations over there, right? If you want to find the information about the routing tables, like what are the devices that are connected, right? So for that, we can simply write netstat -r, which we are having specifically for the routing table. And here you guys can see we got this dot two, right? Similarly, we can also use the command prompt, right? With the help of it also, we will be able to find the information about the network status, right? we can just write net stat and it will be actively going ahead and it will be trying to find the information about what are the different connections we are having that are related with our machine. Right. Similarly, if you just want to find the information about the routing table, we can write -r. It will be going ahead and it will be providing us the information about the routing tables. Here you are finding the information about the network interfaces we are having. Right. We are having for the virtual box, and here I'm having the two network interfaces which I have previously created, and these we are having for the VMware. Right. Similarly, here you will be able to find the information about the IP addresses and many more, right? If you just want to see the information about the active TCP connections, so we can just go ahead and we can write -n, and it will be providing us the information what are the TCP connections that are available over here. Now, we have found the information about this NetBIOS, right, by using our netstat. But as we can see, it is not providing us that much of information. That's why here inside of our Kali, we got a tool with the name of your enum for Linux, and then we have to just provide the target's IP address. With the help of that, it will be able to provide us a lot of informations. Whether we are talking about the password policies, whether we are talking about collecting the information about the users that are available, the information about the workspace we are having, the devices with whom our target machine it is communicating. So we just have to hit enter and you will be able to find the information about it. Here we are having the target information. Here we are having the information about the NetBIOS status, the session, the domain information, the operating system information, the users that are available, about the shares that are getting exchanged. Here we are having the password policies. So by utilizing all these information, we will be able to utilize them at the time of your system hacking when we are planning our attack, right? Now, over here, similarly, we can also use our Metasploit tool. We can also use your Nmap. Some of the tool they will be providing us more information. Some of them they will be providing less, right? Some of them they will be providing us the filtered output. Some of them won't be providing it. So that is why, guys, here we have to rely on the different tools that will be helping us to collect the information from the target. Now, on the basis of it, guys. Let's go ahead and let's try to find the information we are having for your the very first one as the port number 21, where we are using the FTP that is getting used. And with the help of your Nmap, previously we are able to find the information, what is the version we are having for this FTP that is running in your target. As well as we are also able to see what are the like whether this guest user access, which we are having with the name of anonymous, whether it is allowed or not. And here it is saying that the FTP connection is allowed on your username anonymous. But here they are just running the two scripts for your FTP. If I will be writing locate and map script grep FTP, we will be finding the big list, right? So that is why here what we can do is we can go ahead, we can run these multiple scripts against of a target. With the help of that, we will be able to get a better result. 48.130, the target's IP address, and we are specifically going to provide the port number 21's information over here with the help of your -p. And since we are having the FTP. So for that, we will be using, if you want to use all of the scripts, you guys can write FTP and asterisk. So this asterisk, it will be getting used as a wildcard. With the help of that, we will be able to execute all the scripts that are containing FTP in their name. But now, let's say I want to just find the information about the users that are available. And map script equals to the script name and the target's IP address 130.48. If I will be hitting enter, it will be launching this brute force script we are having. And in the background, it will be trying to connect with this metasploitable machine by using the different usernames. Now, the username that will be working fine, it will be providing us the information about it. So let's see what are the user details we can get from here. But this is, guys, one of the method which we are using, but it will be taking a bit amount of time to provide us the information about it. So that's why let me create a directory with the name enum. Let me zoom in, and here we will be getting inside of our directory cd enum, and here we will be creating a username and the password file. So for that, let me write nano username user.txt, and here I will be providing some default credentials. See guys, a lot of time what we are doing is we are using either the default credentials or we are going ahead and we are utilizing uh, the weak passwords, the credentials which we can remember. So that's why here I'm going to provide some default credentials over here. Root, tour, admin, administrator, password, password, P, dollar, WORD, service, MySQL, Postgres, FTP, agent. So let's say these are some credentials which I'm going to use over here. And after that, let me save it. For saving it, we have to press Ctrl X, then Y, and hit Enter. Now let me show you the output of this particular file. And these are the credentials which I have given inside of your user.txt. Now, afterwards, let me go ahead and let me create a password file. ls cat pass.txt. So guys, I have just made a copy of our user file, and inside of this pass, I'm having the same credentials. Now on the basis of that, since we are able to get a username file and we are having the password file, here we will be now trying to perform the password cracking. So with the help of that, we will be able to find the information, what are the credentials that are working against of the target service which we got as the FTP. And for that, we are going to use a tool named Hydra. So Hydra is a great tool we are having when we are talking about cracking the credentials, right? So on the basis of that, here we are also having the list of your example, like how we can use it. For using it, we have to write Hydra hyphen capital L, which we are having for the list of the username, right? If you are having a file that will be containing the list of the username, you have to provide the file name hyphen capital P. If we are having the list of the password, if we are not having the list of the password, if you're just having the single credential, so instead of writing capital L and the capital P, we have to write them in the small. That will be indicating that we are specifying a single credential. Then after that, we will be providing the target's IP address 48 and 130. Then here we will be providing in which service we are performing the attack, and then hyphen V we are writing for the verbose, so that our Hydra, whatever it will be performing in the background, we will be able to see all that result in front of your screen. Our Nmap, it is still going on, but here, as you can see, our Hydra, it has started finding some credential. So far, I'm able to see one of the credential that is working. So here guys, we are performing this brute force attack where we are providing some set of combinations that are looking like the credential, and our tool, it will be using one by one unless and until it won't be finding the correct one over there. Right? We have found the two workings, and here's some more. Right. Now, if you're finding that it is showcasing us a lot of data in front of your screen and you just want to get the result, you can just remove this hyphen V, hit enter, then it will be just showing us the result, not these informations. Now here guys, we can see these are the list of the credentials which we have discovered against of your FTP. And here our Nmap, it is still going on. It has not even started its scan. So that is how we need to depend upon the different tools. Right. Now let's say if I want to use the credentials that are available, 48130, the FTP and the target's IP address, it is asking for the username. Let's say I'm providing service as the username and the service as the password. And you guys can see it is saying that login successful. So with the help of that, successfully we have seen like how we can go ahead and we will be able to enumerate our FTP, right? As well as let me exit from here, and over here guys, we were also finding the information about this particular product that is present, right? So for that, what we can do is if I will be going ahead and I will be trying to execute the script which we are having, like let's say this one. Okay, it is not taking it. Just confirming whether my machine is able to run the scan or not, and it is running. FMP port number 21. It is also working. Okay, all right. The problem was like I was just providing the half of the name. Now, with the help of it, guys, when we are running this particular backdoor script, which will be providing us the information about one of the backdoor that is available inside of the target system, and with the help of it, it is showcasing us the data that our FTP it is vulnerable against of this particular backdoor, and because of that, if our attacker will be trying to gain the access of the system, then they will be able to gain the root access. So let me show you how or if the attackers they will be discovering this type of data, how they can utilize it, right? As a ethical hacker, if we are finding that information, how we will be using it. Although, guys, during the time of your enumeration, we are not actually performing the exploitation over there. Instead of that, we will be collecting the information, like we will be making the report, and that later on, that particular report will be getting used by us. But still, just for the demo, I'm showing you our MSF console, which is your Metasploit exploitation framework. And it's a great tool we are using for performing the exploitation, whether we are talking about working as a VA, the vulnerability analyst, or as a penetration tester. Here also, we are able to find the information about the valid credential that is user. But you guys can see with the help of your Hydra, we have already discovered that data, right? Now, inside of that, we will be locating like are we having in our system any exploit for it or not. Over here, guys, we are having like a database with the name of your search exploit, which will be providing us the information about what are the exploits that are available inside of your system or not. And from here, we are able to find the data about it that we are having the two exploits that are available, right? One we are having in the Python, another one we are having in your Ruby that is present inside of our tool itself, right? Our tool Metasploit exploitation framework. It is written in your Ruby language. If you guys are good with the Ruby, you guys can make the changes into the exploits. You guys can write your own malicious payloads and many more. Now, let's say I'm just directly looking for this VSFTPD 2.3.4. I will be copying it and I'm going to paste it over here. And on the basis of that, they're showcasing us the exploit. For using it, you guys can use the reference which we are getting. Either we have to reduce the full name of our exploit or the serial number that is 0. Now, I'm present inside of the exploit, and from here, let's see what are the options that are available over here in which we have to make the changes. And for that, an only thing which we have to provide that is we are having as the R host that we got as the set R host command. With the help of it, we will be able to specify what is the remote system we want to control. And we have to provide the IP address for the target machine 48.120, hit enter, and we have to just write run. It will be performing its task. Wait for some couple of minutes. Found shell. If I will be doing ifconfig, you will be get saying that we got a typo. Ifconfig, you guys can gain the IP address of the metasploitable machine. Let me write host name, and here it is providing us the detail. So guys, we have just seen if anyone is trying to enumerate the FTP, so what are the different ways through which they will be able to enumerate, right? And if they are able to find some vulnerability, how they can gain the access of it. So this is how we have successfully performed the FTP enumeration as well as the NetBIOS enumeration here we are having. Now, next we will be talking about the other ports and the services that are available over here.